I'm outside the front of my house, which is about to get a makeover. We started working on this area last summer, and we took out a couple big bushes so that we could get more light to our sensor for our street lamp right there. But my husband went to Columbus, Ohio, and he was able to score 5 Bobo hydrangeas, which will be perfect for this space. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try to dig out these big arborvitaes. There is a space in my yard that I could put them, and we're going to try it. We're going to try to dig them out, clean up the space, and then measure and get the hydrangeas planted. So at this point, I've made a pass all the way around this arborvitae. It's got a pretty thick root right there, but still working my way around. Almost got it out. Okay, now I'm ready to get started on this second arborvitae. So there it is, and I'm gonna tackle it right now. So for the next part of my project in the front, I need popsicle sticks. So I got my volunteers working on getting me some popsicle sticks. Smile, guys. Okay, now we have our popsicle sticks, and we're going to use those to measure 2 feet out from the house, and then we'll measure the other direction 15 feet so we can space them every 3 feet. These Bobo hydrangeas will grow 2.5 to 3 feet tall and 3 to 4 feet wide. So I'm going to be putting popsicle sticks in the ground 2 feet out from my house and 3 feet apart across the front. So I decided to start from the center of this flower bed and work to either side. I have 5 Bobo hydrangeas, so I want to start right here. The window pane has 3 panes and 3 panes, so right there's the center. So I want to come down and I place the popsicle stick about where I believe the center is, and it is 24 inches out. Alright, so I'm going from the underside of the house, and I'll put the popsicle stick right there. That's it, right at the 3-foot mark. Good. Okay, I think we have one more to go. So we've measured out from the house 22 inches. 24 inches was just putting them too far out. So I did 22 inches out from the house. We started from the center of the windows with the middle one, and then I measured 3 feet to each side to get the 5 hydrangeas. So this is what it looks like, how they'll be spaced. They will be a little bit forward because they are behind where the popsicle sticks are. I'm a little sad because we are going to be digging up the tulips right now. I'm going to try to save those and replant the bulbs in the fall. They weren't quite done with their show, but that's the way it goes. Here we go. We're starting on the first hole. So let's pull out that popsicle stick and start digging right there.
Right here?
Yep, right where the popsicle stick was. Let's dig a hole. Well, my helper got tired and he left. So let's check the depth of the soil. It's about 1.5 times as round as the can. The level looks like it needs to go a little bit deeper. So I'm going to finish digging the hole, and then we'll move on to amending the soil. Okay, well, my helper came back and he finished digging the hole. So it's now the right depth. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some holly tone to amend the soil. We can leave the tag on. Now you want to turn it upside down, put your hands across, and it should slide out. Turn it upside down. That's it. Let's pull the can off.
Someone needs to yank on this. You got it.
Now you gotta pound on the side, the bottom. Pound on the bottom.
Whoa! Whoa. That one is.
That's alright.
That one is chopping. Yeah, chopping.
Do we have to loosen the ball?
I think the soil ball is well loosened after that drop. There we go.
What are you doing there? Don't get in there.
No, no, baby. No, 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 no. We're not ready for that. We'll wait.
Okay, this is starting out pretty good. I found a worm.
We like worms
Why?
because they help the soil.
Oh yeah, they do. And they do help it grow.
A little bit more in the back.
This way?
Yep, in the back, on the back side.
A little bit more on this. I dig so much out.
Woohoo! Almost done with the first one. For this hydrangea, its placement, the popsicle stick is right here behind this heuchera. So I'm going to need to move this Primo Wild Rose heuchera so that I can have room to place my hydrangea. Olivia, get the popsicle stick. Get the popsicle stick up. Good girl. Grandpa. Gonna add the holly tone now. Now this one does have some roots. just using some brown mulch that I got on sale. It'll cover about 2 cubic feet, so there should be some left over in this bag. I just have a little bit more to go, and then I'll save this for another project. Well, it's starting to get pretty dark out. I think we're going to call it a night. We've got 4 out of the 5 hydrangeas in the ground, and we've got the area mulched. There's still some cleanup to do on the sidewalk, and I would like to plant some more annuals and perennials in this flower bed. So I think we're going to call it a night, and we'll finish this project on another day. We are almost done with this makeover in front of our house. The next thing I'm going to do is plant some of this wild berry heuchera. It likes the shade. I already have several Primo Rose heuchera, but when I went to the garden center I couldn't find the exact same. So these are a close match, and I think the difference in the coloration will be really pretty here, especially with the Lenten roses right in front. So we're just going to get these heucheras in the ground. The last 2 plants that are going in the ground are these Thunbergia Arizona Rose Sensation. These are an annual. They grow extremely fast. They are for full sun, which they will get a good block of afternoon and evening sun. And they grow 5 to 8 feet tall, which they are going to vine around the trellises that I have. I like the pink flower. They do come in other colors, yellow and orange. First I need to cut apart the plastic that it's trailing on so that I can vine it up on this trellis. And we're going to place the trellis so that it's between the hydrangeas, not in line with the window. So let's get cutting. Now these are sold so that you can just take them out of the pot, put them right in the ground, and they will be climbing on this trellis for the summer. But I don't want them on the trellis they came with. I want them on the ones in front of my house. So I think the easiest way, rather than trying to unwind them, would be to use my Velcros and just snip pieces of this out so I don't have to unwind and damage the plant. So let's give it a try. So I'm just going to go through and snip parts, try not to hurt the plant. Ooh, that's tight. That's really tight. Okay, and I'm going to continue like that until I get this trellis cut away from the plant. Ready to start clipping away the second trellis on this Thunbergia. I'm using my Velcros. These are working great. This kitchen scissors weren't strong enough. So just very carefully start to snip away. And I do have to unwind a little bit to loosen it up. And I'm just snipping it away like that. Next we're going to add a small handful of biotone fertilizer and mix that up. And we'll get our Thunbergia. Oh, look at those roots. It was ready to get in the ground. not sure how much I can wind, and the plant will wind itself as it grows, but we'll put a couple through. You see there's some blooms getting ready. So we'll try to help it a little bit, and then it can do its thing. Okay, I'm getting ready to plant the last Thunbergia, and I want to move my trellis so that's in between the two Bobo hydrangeas. So I'm going to pull it up and move it over. That looks about centered with the hydrangeas. That way I also am avoiding the heuchera right there. So let's dig our hole and get our last Thunbergia in the ground. You gotta tease the roots here. And then we'll try to wind some of these around without hurting the plant. The next thing I'll do after this, well, I can't find an end. Oh no. And it's got some blooms on it already. Look at that. Coming through right there. Look at that sweet little bloom. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is water everything in that I just planted and mulch, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. I just finished mulching in front of the house. We finished a massive makeover to the front flower bed. I'd like to give you a quick tour of what it looks like and point out some things where I still have plans for the future. So let's turn the camera around and take one final look at the new flower bed. I did want to mention that all of the plants that I am using are perennials except for the Thunbergias that will be on the trellis. Those are annuals and they will die, but all the rest will come back next year. Starting right outside of my front door, we have 5 Bobo hydrangeas. 1, 2, that one's not planted yet, 3, 4, 5. I have wild berry heuchera and primo wild heuchera in a swoop. Right here is some Lenten rose. I have 3 Lenten rose. Behind that are some white tulips, which I'm just waiting for them to die back a little bit. You need to leave the tulips in the ground as long as possible with the green so that they can store energy for next year's blooms. So we're just waiting for that last hydrangea. And then there's a swoop of the heuchera. There's the bird bath, which is also a fountain and a cat waterer. And my grandchildren thought it would be a good place for rubber ducks and a fish. Coming on around, there's an empty space here. I'm not going to do anything about it this year. There's one here, and there will be a big empty space on this side once the Bobo hydrangea goes in its spot, which I do have marked with a popsicle stick. So I do have 2 empty spaces. This space right here, I've been to several greenhouses and I have not been able to find the Lenten rose or hellebore. But I'm going to save this space right here in front of the hydrangea, the Thunbergia, where the heucheras swoop back from the sidewalk. This spot will be saved for Lenten rose, so it'll match and mirror the other side. So then I have the Thunbergia Arizona rose right there that will vine up the trellis and completely cover that trellis. In future tours, you won't even be able to see the trellis by the end of summer. It will be covered with that Thunbergia. And then I finish out the swoop of heuchera with one last Bobo hydrangea there. So overall, I am so pleased with how this flower bed turned out. When you compare it to the before picture, it is really sweet, and I think much more put together and much more my style. Thank you so much for watching this makeover video. I hope you enjoyed I'm seeing the transformation from scraggly to more of my style that I like. Please subscribe to Rosebank Farm to get notifications about future videos, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!